23530. And appearance, counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke, appearing on behalf of my client, consenting to the matter being heard via Zoom.
And Mr. Rudolph, if you can please state your name for the record.
David Dante Rudolph.
All right, thank you. Okay, today is the date scheduled for a jail review. Your client was sentenced in May of 2023 for disorderly conduct as assaulting and resisting an officer was dismissed. And he was sentenced to probation and 30 days on the alcohol tether. He was permitted to travel to Virginia for a funeral. Upon his return, there was a probation violation whereby he pled guilty on June 21st. The court sentenced Mr. Rudolph to 5 days jail, suspended that jail pending a jail review on August 28th. On August 21st, we held the jail review and adjourned it to October 23rd, whereby we were at the Court to Schools program. So we thought it appropriate to set it for today's date instead of the Court to Schools program. And so today is the date scheduled for the jail review. And Mr. Shemke?
Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to review the jail review. I saw the recommendations. I'd ask they be adopted. Nothing further from the defense.
And so, Mr. Rudolph, did you go test on October 19th as Ms. Shaw had instructed you to do?
Your Honor, it was an oversight. The first thing I do every morning when I wake up is check whether I have to report or not, because I have to plan, because I don't drive for obvious reasons. It was an oversight. I
understand
tested,
that. And that was
Excuse
me, please, just one moment. I understand that October 17th was an oversight. I understand that, sir, which is why Ms. Shaw advised you to test on October 19th. Did you go test on October 19th?
Yes, in Lincoln Park on 4th Street.
Okay.
I filled out the paperwork accordingly. If you don't have it, it's not my fault. I have a receipt. I paid $25 to pee in a bottle.
Sir, I didn't say I didn't have it. I'm just trying to make a record. So I was asking if you went to test on October 19th.
All right. Was it negative or positive? Oh, Jesus. That's a problem.
What's the problem, sir?
What are the test results?
I'm looking in the file, sir.
I'm sure they're negative, as all of them have been. Your Honor, I respectfully want to address the court. I left my house at the age of 17 to join the military, to join the military police corps, because I love law, I love order. But what is going on in this country is the gross misconduct of justice. I respectfully ask you to release me from probation. I'll pay my fines, and I'm done with this circus. And it's not on you, it's not on the court. It's if my last name was Biden, I wouldn't be drunk in front of this court. Everyone knows it. If my last name is Trump, I'd be on the cross, crucified. And that's the only person that cares about this country. Because the Democrats and half the Republicans want to roll this country under the ground. And I've seen too many brothers and sisters die for this. And that's all I have to say. Whatever you want to do to me, I don't care. What's the balance of my? I'm not asking you to do it, but I've done it plus 10. I did 8 years in the military, and 100 days in jail doesn't mean crap to me.
Well, I appreciate your restraint in choosing your words carefully. And to answer your question, sir, your test was negative. And
thank you.
The court.
Please let me go. That's all I want. I won't step foot in line anymore. I'll pay you the couple $100 I owe you. Please leave me alone. That's all I ask. That's why I live in Monroe, because I don't want to see anyone. I don't want to deal with anyone. That's why I have 3 acres.
I can respect that. However, sir,
thank you. All right.
There is still a job that I have to do. And so the court had originally sentenced you to 18 months probation. You're eligible for early discharge. So you have a few more months to go if there aren't any violations within the next few months for you to request early discharge.
Ma'am, with all due respect,
yes.
That's not acceptable.
No, it's not acceptable?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I've earned the right to do what I want to do. And so what's the balance? So if I don't comply, what's going to happen? Oh, this is the part where my lawyer should speak up. My court-appointed lawyer, even though I paid $5,000 for Longton to represent me, and then he drops me because he's a shill. Shepke, got anything to say? Yeah, raise your eyebrows.
Nothing on behalf of the defense. Obviously, Mr. Rudolph has made his statements, and I still respectfully request that jail not be imposed. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Rudolph, you absolutely have the right to behave as you want to behave within the confines of the law and within the confines of this court's order regarding probation based upon the events that occurred on March 18th, which is why you're in front of this court.
Oh, because
sir,
I don't mean to.
Mr. Rudolph, please. I allowed you to say your piece, so please refrain from interrupting the court while I am speaking. With the exception of your use of alcohol on your trip that this court gave you permission to attend for a funeral for one of your comrades, if I recall correctly. Other than that, you haven't had any other violations. So the recommendation is for the jail review to be adjourned, to not impose the jail at this time. So that's what the court's going to do. I will also, sir, remind you that when you have your appointment with your probation officer, that is also an extension of the court. So appropriate behavior and language is expected. I don't mean to. Just one moment, please. Please let me finish.
I'm raising my hand like I'm in grade school. Go ahead, ma'am.
The communication that you have had with Ms. Shaw is less than stellar, and that cannot continue. The staff here do not need to be subjected to the language and types of communication that Ms. Shaw was subjected to.
I think I can get my
yes, Mr. Rudolph. Mr. Rudolph, did you understand what?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Ad nauseum. That's Latin. And I understand that. I'm very well educated. As well
I didn't
as
say you weren't, sir.
All right. First Amendment. What? I can't speak what I have to speak? It's the First Amendment. It's the First Amendment of the Constitution. I don't care if she doesn't like the way I speak. I've earned the right to speak how I speak because I know when I'm getting effed. Thank you. I'll pay you the money. Leave me alone. I won't steal this. You're going to make me a pariah. You're going to make me a pariah. And I'll do it. And I'll expose it. I don't care. You can't do anything to me that hasn't been taken from me. Do you understand that? Ma'am?
Sir?
That's it. I'm done. I ain't playing the game anymore. I'm not playing the game.
Listen, I am not going to have you yelling and screaming at me.
I'm not yelling and screaming. This is the way I talk. I'm half Italian. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, let me also state this, sir. While there is a First Amendment right.
Right. I didn't pull a fire alarm. I didn't pull a fire alarm on the Senate floor.
Please let me stop interrupting.
I'm sorry, but I yield the time to Mrs. DeSanto.
Excuse me.
I yield.
My staff does not need to be subjected to that type of behavior. If you want to speak, excuse me. Stop interrupting, please. I'm just letting you know that behavior and communication will not be tolerated. So please refrain from doing so that there may not be any other issues moving forward.
Yes,
so we will adjourn the jail review.
Can I get on the record, ma'am? I'm stubborn. Can I get on the record? I'm sorry. I didn't think you're... Ma'am.
Just, excuse me, sir. Sir, we are done. We are adjourning the jail review.
We're not done.
We are adjourning the jail review.
I want to voice my opinion in a court of law. Ma'am.
18 at 10:30
Did I mean my rights? I don't give a crap. I got all day.
Mr. Rudolph.
Ma'am.
I was not done speaking. Please refrain from interrupting.
Thank you.
Now, if you didn't hear me, the adjourned jail review date is December 18th at 10:30 in the morning.
Ooh. I have surgery.
On December 18th?
Yeah, to fix this.
Okay, we can set this to January, Council.
Really? You could set it to Neptune.
Are you on the docket on January 8th, Mr. Shunke?
I'm sorry, what was the question, Judge?
January 8th, are you on the docket?
January 8th, I'll look.
Your Honor,
please.
Your Honor, I want Mr. Shepke's job because he doesn't have to say anything.
Excuse me,
no,
Mr.
Judge,
Rudolph.
I'm not available on January 8th. And I did say something on your behalf, Mr. Rudolph. I was trying to make it so that you wouldn't go into custody. You seemed like you wanted to have something to say. I've advised you of your right to remain silent.
I'm not afraid of that.
Okay. I've advised you of your rights.
I'll pay the fine and leave me alone. I respect the court. That's the only reason I went into the military.
Mr. Rudolph,
yes, ma'am.
Your behavior would suggest that perhaps you don't respect the court.
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Are you available on January 22nd?
One moment, Your Honor. Yes, I am available, Judge.
Okay. We will adjourn this to January 22nd at 10:30 a.m. which will also give you time for your recovery from surgery, sir.
I have a question.
What is your question, sir?
Final question. Can Mrs. Shaw figure out how to correctly document a notice to appear? Because you know what? I like her. She's nice. She's cut me breaks. But apparently she don't know what boxes to check. I have one eye and I know what failure to appear and then Zoom be two different things. For the record, that is it. Thank you.
Sir,
God bless you.
Sir, some individuals may make mistakes.
Yes, ma'am.
So maybe perhaps.
No. You know what, ma'am? I respectfully. You know what happens when you make mistakes?
Excuse me. Let me finish without interrupting the record. Let me finish. She sent you a notice to appear for your oversight meeting in December, and she mistakenly indicated it was in person. Listen, you're going to be emailing back into her today so she can correct that. You weren't given a fail to appear. Sir, okay, I see that your lips are moving. You are muted so that you're not interrupting the court. You don't want to listen to what this court has to say, so we are done. January 22nd at 10:30 a.m. Thank you.